thank you guys so much for coming out today. I'm so excited to share this new collection with you and to take you through this whole idea on how is mood and fashion, how are they interconnected, how are they related, how do we style and create our own capsule wardrobe, all that good stuff. And I wanted to mention a book that I'll just pull from a little bit is called The Psychology of Fashion. Who knew, right? That there's this whole world around the psychology of fashion. So I'll be talking just a little bit about that to share how mood and fashion are connected. And then also how to style your tranquility every day. So what are some basic self-care techniques we can do? What are some ways in which we can really kind of bloom into spring, despite it being a somewhat, tricky start as we move out of February, which for many people is a very challenging month, and then into March and April now. Happy April, everyone. I'm delighted to have a little bit more warmth on the horizon. Actually, today in DC, it's going to get almost up to 80, which is just insanity. So anyway, I really appreciate you guys coming out today. And I have to say, just like over the moon about this collection. It's like close to my heart because of my passion for ballet. And then also, I've just always been inspired by the look of ballet. And I'm a little late to the game because I just found out like last November or December that Balletcore was a thing. Like I did not realize that the ballet aesthetic was infusing the fashion world. Who knew? And now that I'm aware of it, I'm seeing it everywhere, and you all probably are too. And you're probably also hearing, about like, oh, Balletcore continues, share everything, blah, blah, blah. It's really kind of fun because, whether or not you do actually practice ballet, it's just the aesthetic of it has always spoken to me. As a little girl, I was a ballerina and I just loved the flow, the femininity, the flair, all of that, and the softness. And you'll see behind me, let me actually grab it while people are popping in. Here's a mood board that I created that kind of speaks to what I wanted to bring to life. Of course, here's the Tranquille du Jour manifesto. We've got, of course, the bamboo fabric, the tulle, and then all this really fun point shoe and ballet. So that was the mood board and kind of inspiration as I was pulling this collection together. All right, so thank you all again for being here today. I'm just going to head on over into the chat box. We've got Julie from California, needs some spring inspiration. Right? Well, you're in the right place, Miss Julie. Linda, I look forward to seeing the new creations. Yay. Thank you for joining me. Gina from Pittsburgh, favorite part of spring style, light scarves as accents. Yes, accessories in that crisp air that still allows for tights. Beautiful. Absolutely. Allison from Frankfurt, thank you for being here. Looking forward to no longer needing to cover everything with a winter coat. Yes. The hat, the gloves, the scarf, like the whole thing. It's like too, walking, I've got a little dog right here and walking, them a few times a day. It's like you're just layering and delayering. And now the beauty is you're laying with like light sort of fabrics, right? Ideally, as we're moving into this new season. Mighty joining from a very, very rainy French Channel coast. April showers will hopefully bring some Mayflowers. Absolutely. And we are having very similar weather. It is quite rainy here. Denise from New York, ease and lightness of spring fashion. Agree. Melinda, hello there from the suburbs. Favorite part of spring is to see the early flowers and getting the garden prep for growing season. And your garden is always gorgeous. Donna, pop of color. Yes. I'm looking out and I've got these gorgeous kind of white daffodils and these little purple flowers and pansies. And there's something about it that's just so refreshing. Melanie, I'm still living with snow, so I can't wait for a time when I do not need my winter coat, hat, and gloves. Yes, absolutely. One random question, you guys. This should be recording, and there's no indication to me because like I'm sharing the screen and doing all of this. So would somebody just put in the chat box, did you get notice that this is being recorded? Because if not, I want to make sure I go in and do that. Ellen, Westchester, Spring Flowers and Tulips, Sharon Leesburg, rain stopped and the sun is out. Oh, I'm so glad it is for you. Katrin from Germany, thank you for being here. And hopefully you have all your goodies that were sent. Thank you for being here. Kathy from Delaware. So looking forward to not wearing a winter coat. Yes. Allison from Montana, Spring Flowers. Income tax refund equals TDJ by Kimberly. Hello, Miss Dorka. Welcome. Sally in Springtime. Ileana, happy to be here today. Looking forward to seeing the new collection. Paula from Southern California. Wonderful. Oh my gosh, you guys, thank you. It is recording. Thank you so much. I thought so, and it was set up to do that. But when I can't see, I'm always like, I want to know. Okay. Thank you all so much. Color and layers. Yes, 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 Hillary. It's so funny to see so many of you talk about color when I'm like over here, like everything's in black. But the good news is we can accessorize with color, right? So that's the beauty. And sorry, I just have a needy little pug over here who's decided he wanted water now, of course. So yes, well, thank you all for tuning in today, and totally hear you about like the pops of color. You know, there's just looking out, right? There's no leaves on the trees yet. And so as that starts to come back, and then we're getting the flowers, and in DC, you guys who don't live here or know this area, it's stunning this time of the year with all the pink blooms and all of that. So really, there is something special about this idea of starting to come back alive, right? After the deadness and the hibernation and the darkness, right, of winter. So delighted to be here with you today. Yes, my pug does drink out of a China teacup with water, and that's so hopefully he's all satiated now. All right, thank you all for being here again. So I just like to share kind of who I am for anyone who might be new. I'm a psychotherapist in private practice here in DC, and I write books. I design the clothing line with my amazing local seamstress, who I hope is here with us today. And I also serve as president of Pigs and Pugs Project. So if you're not familiar with that, we give micro grants to pug rescues and pig sanctuaries, and they are so in need. And I need to get the blog updated with all that we have done this spring, because we have been doing lots and lots of micro grants. And a portion of everything TDJ, meaning not just the clothing line, but the umbrella of it, the books, the workshops, events, things along those lines, goes towards Pigs and Pugs projects. So I also host a lifestyle podcast, and I know some of you have been listening for years. Started in 2005. I live here in Washington, D.C., dream of Paris. All right, so that's just a smidgen about me. And announcements, I just want to mention to be sure to download your workbook if you haven't already. And if you're like, what workbook? Just look at the emails that you got from me today or when you signed up in the past couple days, and you will have it handy. And, if you don't, it's okay. And I'll resend it out in my follow-up emails. But if you have it handy, it's kind of nice. Tech issues. We're supposed to get super duper high winds. They haven't hit yet, but they're, telling everybody, make sure everything's charged and all that. So if we lose connection, hopefully we won't. Refreshed, and usually that'll come right back, but also I will be sharing a replay with you in case you miss a portion of it, or you have to dash or something along those lines, or you want to rewatch certain things. I encourage you to share your looks and love to see them. Tag at Shop Tranquility du Jour or hashtag TDJ Style. And it's always just kind of fun to see. I am going to be around to chat after this event, and we're going to go for about an hour. And after the event, I will kind of tell you how to do this, but I'll be around for any individual questions or chats that you all might have. And you'll just find that there's a little icon in the lower right corner of my website, which I'm rarely available live, but I do make myself available live after these events. So just put that in your back pocket in case you have something you want to ask about the TDJ style. And then last but not least, this is very important. The Balletcore collection is up. I made it live last night, and you get 20% off through Monday. So for 48 hours. And the code is Balletcore Love. And if you're like, what is Balletcore? Yes, so core, you probably have seen this. What did I see that? Oh, what I saw today as I was researching spring trends, it was clown core. Okay, I'm not really sure what that's about. I did not click on it, but the idea core is just like prairie core was really big, right? Kind of during the pandemic, and might still be. I'm not sure. I'm always a little late to the game with these things. I just found out about Balletcore, despite it being a trend for the past few years and still very, very popular. So Balletcore just kind of means like, I don't know. I'm sure there's a better way to explain it than I am, but like a popular thing. So clown core, you guys, that is the latest. Okay, agenda. We'll do a little welcome, a little centering. I'm going to talk about the TDJ, the style tenet. We have 5 tenets, and style is one of them. Share just a little bit about the history of Tranquillité du Jour. This is our 21st year. Give you tips on showcasing your own signature style and styling your tranquility every day. I'm going to share the capsule wardrobe. So ways that you too can take your wardrobe and really kind of narrow it down to your top essentials that are super versatile and will mix and match with other things. I'm going to introduce you to the Balletcore capsule, which I'm very excited about. And then we'll have closing and a chat afterwards. So that's the agenda. All right, so before I go into these, let's just take a moment just to take a few deep breaths together. And, it's Saturday, noon here, Eastern time. And, it's just nice to take a pause. So if it resonates with you, close your eyes. If not, no problem. And maybe even bringing a hand to the heart center. And let's take a few deep breaths together as we just kind of drop in and settle into being here with one another on this beautiful day and the start of April. Inhale deeply through your nose. Exhale through the mouth. Inhale deeply through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. And one last time. Inhale deeply through the nose. Hold the breath. Exhale through the mouth. And let the eyes flutter open. Beautiful. Welcome. Thank you again for being here. So I always just like to include a little bit of self-care as we think about this brand new season. And so one thing that's at the top that is always like my go-to is I want to remind everyone to review your March dreams. What were your goals for the month? It was a long month, right? 31 days. We had a lot more time than say February. And then go ahead and think about what you want to see for yourself in April. And it can be as simple as, like, for me, it's like release 2 podcasts, send 4 love notes, work on my book proposal, things along those lines. It's like spend quality time with the family, date nights, things along those lines, right? So for you, what might go into your April dreams? I want to encourage you to notice and name your feelings. Just notice what arises. I do think this time of the year is kind of exciting, right? Because it's like, blooming, things are starting to come alive again. And I hope that you too are also feeling that way. Staying connected, the data shows how important it is. And I know at times we have a tendency and a need to retreat, meaning to just kind of like hibernate a little bit. And this is a time, if possible, to see if you can kind of begin to come back to life and reconnect maybe with some people or some experiences or some practices that you are missing. Move that body. Of course, I'm going to recommend ballet or yoga or walking or biking or running. I mean, whatever resonates with you, but move your body. Keep it going. Stay hydrated. And I encourage you to do that today during our event. I have at Teaism, those of you who are local to DC or maybe visiting, they've got this matcha green powder that comes with like cane sugar already infused, and it is like so good. I'm kind of addicted to it. Get deep rest. And when I say deep rest, I mean just like time where you are turning things off, you're disconnecting, taking really good care of yourself. That could be napping, that could be getting your 8 hours if possible, that could even just be disconnecting from the interwebs. Eat those whole foods, ask for help if you need it. Practice acceptance. You know, so much is about wishing things were different than they are. So, what would it be like to practice acceptance? And of course, bring that beginner's mind to all experiences, and especially like getting dressed every day. And then life doesn't quite feel so heavy. I also just wanted to mention to please keep yourself muted. I think everyone's doing a great job of that today. And feel free to put comments over in the chat box, and I'll be checking in with those from time to time. So if you have a comment or a question, please don't hesitate. All right, before I take a peek at the chat box, I just want to move into the style tenet. Now, there are 5 tenets of tranquility du jour, and tranquility du jour kind of stems from a yoga studio I had named Tranquil Space that I launched in 1999 and sold in 2017. And from that, it became like more about the lifestyle of yoga and the lifestyle of finding more tranquility. And so that's where tranquility du jour came from. So the 5 tenets of it are style, which we'll talk about today, wellness, creativity, compassion, and mindfulness. Okay, so today is style. So I wanted to use this image just to give you an idea. This is my therapy office space. And just to kind of give you an idea, whenever we think style, it's not just what you wear, although I am wearing my uniform, my 2-in-1 fitted top and capri leggings, but it's also about the way you show up in the world, whether or not it's, through things along the lines like plants and flowers that you see here. So the way I define it is we know that how we present ourselves affects how we feel and tells a story. We choose a signature style that is individual and reflects who we are. Our personal and professional spaces are designed to nourish our spirits. We are moved by the arts, flowers, and simple pleasures. So that's my take on style. I'm curious if you have a different kind of definition or way in which you would describe it. And so please feel free to put it into the chat box. So in this piece, I'm wearing the maxi skirt dress, and in Paris, obviously, sipping a tea at a cafe. And I wanted to share this quote, which is from Carolyn Mayer of the book, The Psychology of Fashion. So a few things here that I'm just going to share some quotes that tie into how fashion and mood are related. We use fashion and clothing to shape and change our identity, to announce who we are. Here's the lovely Melinda who's joining us today. When we wear clothes that also make us feel good, our stress levels are further reduced. Who knew? The benefits of this are both physical and psychological. Again, from the Psychology of Fashion. It's a great little book, by the way, very digestible. This is our lovely model for the spring collection, India Rose, who's a professional ballerina in Paris, sitting on her terrace. And this has a positive aspect of fashion is that it can be used to alter appearance, express identity, and boost confidence by enhancing positive aspects and concealing those we prefer to hide. Again, Psychology of Fashion. Now, this I thought was interesting. This woman looks amazing. I just found out about her recently, Dawn Karen, and she is a fashion psychologist. Apparently, this is a whole thing. There's people out there doing this, which I love. She also teaches at FIT. But anyway, she says there's a certain feeling of elation when we put on something that fits us perfectly or makes us feel super cool. On the contrary, there's nothing worse than the physical and mental discomfort of being stuck in a garment we don't like. The link between what we wear and how it makes us feel is undeniable and at times palpable. Beautiful, huh? Yeah, check her out. I was like, she seems pretty amazing. And this one I've been sharing since the pandemic. So this one is Robin Given, who writes for the Washington Post. I believe she still does, but she wrote this great article right after the pandemic hit and we were all living in sweatpants, right? So she says, when we go out into the community, our clothes allow us to have our say without ever opening our mouths. Fashion is a form of communication that is both intimate and aloof. Without even uttering a word, you stand behind your message because you are, in fact, wearing it. Beautiful, huh? So I love the idea behind all of this and that the data shows, again, be interesting. You can look at the studies, right? But the data shows how mood and fashion are connected. And you probably observe this in yourself whenever you're wearing something that you feel really great in. And then something we're just like, oh, it doesn't fit right. You're pulling at it all the time, or, tugging at it, or it's itchy, things along those lines, right? It really makes a difference. Now, I wanted to share a few things that are kind of trends for spring and then also ways to transition. So I love how some of you said, you are ready to shed the heavy winter coats, but it's like, okay, how do we also in turn, not let go of everything, right? Because it's still a little chilly, particularly in the mornings, but then begin to add more springy type wear. So the first thing that I have listed here, and I will always have listed here, is love your layers. Now, the thing about layers is you can easily dress up or down, and you can easily get warmer or cooler. I love layers. And that's really the idea too behind this TDJ clothing line, is that it's seasonless. I wear it year round. Yeah, sometimes I'll add a chunky sweater, but typically, like, I've got my sweatshirt or, things along those lines that easily I can add and be nice and warm. So love your layers. Another thing that's really popular this season, of course, is the lug sole boots, and I'll show you those in a moment. White tennis shoes and ballet flats, really, really big. So, this is just, I think, how do we deal with kind of the layering is your sweatshirt, your long sleeves, turtlenecks, and cardigans and blazers over those kind of like really thin summer pieces, because you may not quite be ready for those yet. Yes, it's going to be 80 here, almost 80 here today, but that is not the norm right now. Light scarves, maxi skirts, maxi everything. I was finding as I was Googling about the trends is really, really big. Not that the short skirts aren't still, or middies, but it was like maxi, maxi, maxi. Sheer everything. Now, you're probably seeing this a lot, and you'll see that kind of with this new collection, but lots of sheer stuff, right? That you can choose what you want to wear under it. You could wear a bodysuit under it. You could wear pants and, a top. I tend to wear my uniform under it, which is, again, the fitted top and capri leggings. Of course, Balletcore, huge. Wide leg pants, they continue to be super popular. Adding tights or socks with sandals, one of you mentioned, still wearing your tights, which is lovely. And then still the blazer look is quite popular. So adding a blazer to particularly like a thin summer dress that you're like, it's not quite ready for the thin summer dressing yet. Okay, so here's just a little bit about us being me, my seamstress, my graphic designer, my webmaster, Mara, who's lovely and lives in France. But this is just a little story about us and, how we began. This tells a little bit about why noir. Okay, I wear only black and have for 15 plus years. Now, the idea though behind it, right? It wasn't like, oh, dress like me. At one point we had like 16 colors, and considering everything's made to order, it was a lot for my seamstress to manage. And I also just found that the colors, sometimes certain colors worked really well, sometimes others they didn't. And so it was one of those things where I was like, black is just classic and it goes with everything and it hides all sorts of things too. So And when I say hides, if you look at number 10, doesn't show remnants of messy meals, black pet hair, and toddler tantrums, right? So this is just a little bit about why noir, and you can read more about it. And, there's lots of really great quotes out there. I love the Christian Dior one, Georgia O'Keeffe, there's something about black, you feel hidden away in it. Totally agree. When I feel color, I feel naked. When I wear color, I feel naked, super exposed. So interesting, right? So here's just a little bit on a size chart and different fabrics. The one thing I don't have listed here is the tulle. And the tulle is a nylon tulle. And, we checked, there's like nylon, there's polyester, there's different types. And we just found that the polyester was a little scratchy on the skin, and nylon is really soft. So that's why we went with nylon. But otherwise, everything is organic bamboo. And there's the basic regular, this is the bamboo fabric. There's fleece, which the crop sweatshirt comes in, which is new this season. I'll show you. And then thicker noir, which gives you a bit more structure. And that's more for like pants, like the capri legging. A little bit behind our ethos. We are donating, member of 1% for the planet, blah, 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 blah. Shipping compostable mailers. Now, sometimes if you buy quite a bit and we have to use a box, that's not compostable, right? But those of you, if you buy a few pieces, it comes in what's called worm food, compostable mailers. And and all this good stuff. I just like to share it so you recognize kind of what's behind the collection. All right, so what is a capsule wardrobe and how do you get going with one? And just know, if you're like, I already have a capsule wardrobe, I know all this stuff. I bet you do. And, there might be something kind of new or different that you want to add or subtract to shake up your basics, right? So that's the idea. And, the capsule wardrobe, there's some people that are like 10 pieces. I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't imagine. I think I have 10 two-in-one fitted tops, right? So I can't narrow it down to 10. Some do 10, some do 20, 25, 30, 40, 50, like whatever feels reasonable for you. But the idea is that you have a collection of essential, meaning these are like your staples and they're versatile. So they can easily mix and match to dress up and dress down. Why would we want to do something like this? Well, the data shows that we wear about 20% of what is in our closet. 20%, you guys. And so it's like, okay, we want to make sure that we are wearing and using that 20% and letting the other stuff go. Unless, of course, it's, for special events or ski wear or beach wear, things along those lines, right? That you don't, you wear once a year on occasion. So the benefits, it reduces decision fatigue. How often have you opened up your closet and been like, I have nothing to wear. I do not know what to wear, right? The beauty of a capsule, or like even for me, a uniform, I wear the same thing every day, right? But then I just layer and add different things and dresses it up or down. But it really does. The decision fatigue is so intense, and especially first thing in the morning. So we want to ease that for you. It crystallizes your personal style, saves time and money, and all those items work together. Now, there is over in my book, and I just want to grab it. So I mentioned here, in your tranquility, page 80, there's a whole piece on how to clear and review your closet. And I'm sure you all know how to do that. You probably have done it. You may have already done it already this season. But the idea is we want to go through everything. Yes, take it all out, put it on the bed, and go through one by one. And then create the foundation. Maybe it's a color, for me, of course, it's black. For you, it could be black, it could be navy, it could be beige. And that's really too, is color is foundation, and then so are pieces. Highlight versatility. So you want to make sure like, can I wear this different ways? Or is this there's just one way to wear this? And enhance with accessories. Okay, so that's the beauty too of dressing up and down, those accessories. And here I love to share this image just of a variety of accessories, right? From bags to shoes, which those shoes are wild. I cannot imagine wearing those. They're gorgeous, but they are They are intense. With a new hip, I'm like, oh my gosh, they almost make me anxious looking at them. Hats, of course, makeup, scars, and I love the light scars. I think it was Gina who was mentioning those brooches. And I know, Eliana, you like your brooches, and, the lipsticks with like a vintage looking necklace. I just love, right? Again, you think of dressing up or down. Accessories allow you to do that. So in your workbook, you have a whole worksheet on how to create a capsule wardrobe and then space to create your own. So once you have gone through your closet, choose those favorite pieces, number them, and then mix and match them. So if you put 1 and 7 together, you've got this fun look, right? If you put 1 and 3 and 10 together, you have this fun look. So just an idea on how to get started with your very own. All right, so I'm going to be introducing you to the Balletcore collection in just a moment. And it's inspired by my love for ballet, femininity, and flow. Right, so these are the various pieces that we have with the collection this season. And again, they're all available on the website. And I'll go through and show them all to you in a moment. And, the idea behind this, and here's India at the Paris Opera House doing ballet. So I just love this. And you can follow her on Instagram, anyone who's interested, India Rose Floor Bar. And she's in these various pieces. And my idea behind this collection was like, you can wear it at the bar, right? So when you're doing ballet at a Swan Lake premiere, while traveling, paired with a blazer at the office and everywhere in between. Again, it's the aesthetic. It is not at all like, oh my gosh, I don't do ballet. You don't have to do ballet. You just have to want to be comfortable and feel chic. So this is our staple kind of 8-piece capsule. And this one, again, you see lots of photos of the lovely Melinda. And these are all the different pieces, 8 pieces involved in that. And again, focus on versatility. So here I am in Paris wearing the different pieces in different ways, doing different things. All right, so now I am going to stop screen share so that I can move over to show and tell, but let me just hit the chat box real quick. I love your hiking outfit. Thank you. Simplicity is stunning. Yes, I love that, Denise. It's so, so true. And I love that MIT spent a semester at FIT. Yeah, and now I think they have online classes too. So for people who are like, I'm not moving to New York. And TIism, yes, TIism is magical. And they may even ship. I'm not sure. They probably do. All right, so I'm going to stop the share for now. Look at everyone's beautiful faces. Love. All right, so I will head on over here to show you the various pieces. Now, again, if you have questions, please don't hesitate to put them over into the chat box. Let me move my faux chair. Put them into the chat box, and then I will do my best to answer them as I can. All right. So deciding what to wear today is finding, of course, it's getting like super bright. So let me put this to help so it doesn't, the sunshine when it comes in, it's so, so intense. All right. So, but yeah, I was like, what do I wear? Right. Because like, of course I had my uniform on this morning, and then I was like, oh, well, let me put on pink tights so that you guys, it gets me into the ballet vibe, but also so that you all can kind of see, whenever I'm holding that black, because otherwise everything looks black. And so what I'm wearing right now is actually the 2-in-1 bodysuit. So you can see 2-in-1 just means that the neckline can be reversed, and then the short wrap skirt. So again, this is super cute for ballet, but it's also really cute for everyday wear. All right, and with tights and boots for kind of the chillier weather. And then I have my long sleeve wrap tunic on just because I'm always chilly. Okay, so let me show you. Here is the hanger I have for my skirt. Let's start with the one pant that I did this season, which is the skirt pant. Now, some of you may recognize this design because this is the flare leggy pattern, right, from quite a while ago. And in addition, I have a little skirt over it. Now, it is attached, and you can rouge it, right? Or you can just kind of have it over. And again, you probably can't see because it's a sea of black, but that just gives you an idea of you've got a nice kind of fitted leg with a flare bottom and then a skirt on top. And you know what's funny is, where was I? I was at Anthropology last week, and I saw a pant very similar to this, but with a little bit of rouging on the side. And I was like, who knew? It's a thing. So yeah, that's the skirt pant. And you may recall we did a skirt pant for years, but it was a big wide leg, right? So this is different. A little tube top. So I love this little tube top. And I will say I wore this whenever I was vacationing last year with my mother in Costa Rica. And I wore this every day with like pajama pants. You guys, you know those satin pajamas? I like had these great little drawstring. My mom was like, please stop, you know, every day, and flip-flops. But anyway, I love this piece. And then I would practice ballet because I was doing my virtual ballet classes, you know, and it's just a really cute piece. It's double layered. And, you know, again, it's one of those things you'll see it on the model a lot on the website, because it's also something that's really cute to be worn under things if you're like, I would never wear a tube top. And you can layer it, or of course you could wear it solo, as I did with pajama pants. All right, so there you go. Okay, so this piece I cannot stop wearing. This is simply our sweatshirt, which you all may remember. We've had it for a couple of years, and it has thumb holes, but it's cropped even more. And you know what's really fun about this piece is I've been wearing it. Like, I will have my uniform put over like a satin slip dress that I got at Goodwill for $20 in New York, and then add this over it and a necklace, fun little necklace, and voila, like I'm going to the Kennedy Center Ballet. I'm like seeing clients, and you know, nobody knows that like I'm really wearing what I always wear every day, but I've just added some fun layers. So we probably took off, and Renee, you can maybe put in the comment box if you remember, but I think we took off 4 to 6 inches. So really cute piece. And the neckline, you know, sometimes the neckline on sweatshirts is kind of tight. This is nice and loose. Okay, so this is a gorgeous piece that I do not feel like photographs very well. And the reason I say that is because it's just black, black, black. So you're not going to get, I mean, you can zoom in, I think, on the website, but it can be a little tricky. So this is a high neck top, obviously, has a rouging down the left side waist, and then rouging on the right shoulder. Okay, so you know, it's like basic, but yet it's like so luxurious. And this is just called the rouge top. And, you know, it looks like in the video, you can get a good idea of what that looks like. Because again, it doesn't translate very well on the website. All right, so this is the wrap top. And adore this wrap top. This is the sleeve. Some of you may recall the hoodie from years ago. Sleeve of the hoodie, which means it's not super fitted, slightly fitted, has thumb holes, and then this long wrap. So it just like ties around your body. And let me show you, because this is another one of those pieces that I feel like, you know, does not necessarily shoot very well because it's just black. And then if you're wearing black pants, it's like black, black, black. So here is the look, right? So you've got these great little thumb holes, which I just really like because my hand, everything's always just like cold. And then here, and you can see it's a little cropped, right? And then wrap, 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 wrap. And voila. And then I've got a wrap skirt on, so got a lot of wrapping going. But yeah, isn't that fun? And yeah, and I guess you could actually wear it backwards too. So you high neck and then you wrap it around. I hadn't done that, but we do that with the wrap dress. So why not with this too? Okay, bodysuit. So here is the 2-in-1 bodysuit. Now this is based off our 2-in-1 fitted pattern, which many of you know and love. Like I said, this is the one I think I've 10 of. But what I did is, you know how typically we double layer just in the bra area, double layered the whole piece, okay, except for the sleeves. And so you will find this like nice and secure feeling. Love bodysuits are so popular right now, and they look super cute with like jeans or under the sheer pieces. But you can see the cut of the bottom, very cute. It's like, you know, depending on the way that you wear it, it'll be a little boy shorty or a little kind of more bikini-esque. So again, you can wear this two different ways. Now, what I'm wearing right now is this piece, which is the same thing, except for it is sleeveless, obviously, and has the round, so kind of, what do we call this? Kind of the scoop neck and then the crew neck. So your choice. I always like the high neck in front and then the lower and back. It feels very ballet-y. All right, so here, getting into the tulle. Love this piece. This is, oh, let's see. I missed one little, I will put this over here, the long ballet wrap. So this is a wrap tulle skirt. So you see wrap, and it has velvet ties. Now, it comes with this little piece to go underneath it so that, you know, some people, especially like, you know, in ballet, like you would just wear this over your bodysuit. But, you know, if you want to wear it out and about, you may not want to, although sheer is very popular. So you would wear this ballet bamboo little piece under it. And it's just elastic, goes under it. And actually you could turn that into a little skirt yourself. Okay, so that is the tulle tutu. Oh, and you may recall, because we've had this in the past, but we added, and Renee, correct me if I'm wrong, but we added 4 layers of tulle, right? In the past, we did 1, then we added 2, and then this is 4. So you'll see in all the photos, it has like nice bit of flair. Okay. All right, these, you guys, like, I don't know, I'm just like obsessed with them. The tulle dress. So you will see these in the photos, and so lovely. As I said, sheer everything, super duper popular. And this is great. This looks really cute with like, I can't wait. In end of June is my ballet performance for the International Adult Ballet Festival. Okay. And so it's in Miami, which is freaking hot. And it's the day before my 50th birthday. Well, I'm like, I am so wearing this over everything, right? Because you're running around a hotel, going into workshops and classes and things. And, you know, I just don't like feeling so exposed. So I look forward to kind of wearing this there. But I will also be wearing this everywhere. I wore the skirt that I'll show you in a moment to tea recently. So this is actually, those of you who have the slip dress, this is the same cut neckline as the slip dress, and it's the little satin straps. Very sweet. And as you can see, it is tiered. And we are going to be adding a layer to the bottom. When I say layer, I mean a rolled hem sort of layer. So, and I'll show you what that looked like in a moment. So this was a last minute piece that I added. My seamstress is so great to kind of whip together. So this is the maxi skirt. So you'll see, right? You can see kind of the tiers. And then this is what I mean by added to the bottom will be the rolled hem there too. And it just kind of helps the layers pop a little bit. And so you can kind of see, let me step back. So very, very long, very dramatic, and has the bamboo at the top so that you don't have the tulle against your skin quite the same way. And then also what I did for the photo shoot is I wore it also like a little tube dress, right? So voila. Isn't that cute? I just love it. And, you know, again, maxi, very popular, sheer everything, very popular. So I think that my seamstress just did an amazing, amazing job with these. One thing I realized I have not mentioned is the long version of what I'm wearing. Okay, so this is the short wrap skirt. This is the long wrap skirt. Now these are finished with a roll hem, and just take this off so you can kind of see. Go into my tippy toes so that you guys can kind of see. There you go, the full. And yes, I am putting it on over my short skirt, but it gives you an idea, right? And then so it's just a little wrap, and these come sized. So initially when we did this, it was one size. No, we are not doing that this season. So it's extra small through extra large, and really a sweet little skirt. I mean, great to wear as a wrap to, class, right? But also just kind of everyday wear out and about. So that is the long wrap skirt to my short one that I'm wearing right now. All right, so one other thing I wanted to show you, and if you have any questions about the Balletcore collection, please don't hesitate to put it into the chat box. I also just wanted to show you a few pieces from the 8-piece capsule wardrobe, and then some ideas on ways to dress up or down. So one of the things a lot of you mentioned is light scarves. Yes, so this is one I picked up for like €5, I think, in France. But these are great because you get a little chilly outside, and so it's just nice to have. Light, again, those of you who like color, I can go with a print. I can support a print, and but like a light pink one, beautiful, right? Or whatever color you're into. Blue, I think, is the most popular color in women's fashion, or at least it used to be. So who knows? Maybe you're a blue girl. Again, a necklace like this, great for dressing up and down. I like to wear it with like a t-shirt and jeans, although I wear jeans like once every 5 years, but I do like the look. Shoes. So these are cute little ballet flats, right? That I've had for years, but just little sparkly ballet flats. So picture it, even with what I'm wearing, right? How that kind of dresses it up a little bit. Now here are the lug sole boots. And who knew? Like, my parents were teasing me. They were like, "You look like a Mennonite." It's like, these are very popular. And Mennonites have good style. So anyway, it was just one of those things where, and I even saw Gwyneth, was recently on that ski trial or whatever. And I was like, she wore boots like this with her black dress. I was like, that's so interesting. They're worn with everything, even to court. But, they're very cute with your dresses. And I think it will look stunning with this. So, these are great for dressing up or down. The other two kind of pieces of shoe wear that I really like are the clogs. I love clogs. And again, I think these are very sweet for dressing up or down. And then white tennis shoes. I was so anti-tennis shoes for years. And now, like, they're just adorable with everything. I mean, I see, people, particularly in Paris, like, they're worn with everything, suits, you name it. And they're really sweet. I've grown into them, and I really do like them, and they are comfortable. So, as you think about these pieces, thinking of ways to dress them up or down, here's the wrap dress. So you'll see over on the Balletcore, on the kind of piece, I have categorized all the Balletcore stuff over on the website. And, with it, she, my model, India, in Paris, wore this a lot. And she even wore it at the dance studio. And I just thought it was stunning. And so you'll see that I have named all the Balletcore pieces. I've put little ballet names, Misty Copeland, obviously, and then Aurora, and all these different, Cinderella. This is Cinderella. So, it's just kind of like fun based on female names in ballets, or, the lovely Misty Copeland. So anyway, this wrap dress is adorable. You'll see it on India, but then you'll see it also on Melinda and me and Kim, another model, over on the website. And if you're like, the website, just go to KimberlyWilson.com/TDJ, and then you'll see a big shop now button there. All right, so the maxi skirt dress. Now, I wore this for the photo shoot under this. So that kind of gives you an idea too, of different ways to wear things. But this piece, Barbara, who is our little TDJ aficionado, along with Melinda, often on these events, she even wears this as a scarf. So you put your head through it, and then you have this little scarf there. So who knew? This is what I was wearing earlier, the long sleeve wrap tunic. Live in it. Again, looks like just a big piece of black fabric, and it actually is. But you'll see on the website tons of ways to wear. A few other things I just want to show you. This is our Shavasana throw. Okay, so again, it's another big piece of fabric, but it's lettuce edged, so it kind of matches the skirt pants. And again, a great staple for travel, right? So you can turn it into a scarf. You can wear it as a top. You'll see in your workbook, I have this as a bandeau kind of top. You can wear it as a skirt. You can even wear it as a dress at the beach or, wherever else you may go. Farmer's market, I don't know. When it's 100 degrees, you'll do anything you need to do to survive. Okay, and then this is the 2-in-1 fitted. This is just the piece I was mentioning earlier that I have like 10 of and live in, and is what the bodysuits are based off of. And then the last thing I just want to mention is blazers, right? So I had noted blazers with everything. So we have this boyfriend blazer, which is so great because I remember last year, April, I was in Paris. It was a bit chilly, actually in September too. And so I had, my uniform, but then I also had this that I would wear and then a little trench over it because, it gets quite chilly. But this is great. I'd keep my Metro cards in here. Look, I've even got a face mask. So these pockets are really, really great. And my seamstress, I think these take her 10 plus hours to make. So really stunning, great piece of craftsmanship. And they're made in a thicker noir, so it has a bit more structure. All right. So that is what I wanted to show you in our show and tell segment. I'm just going to head over, see if you have any questions, and then do a little wrap up with you. I hope you guys like it. I hope you're as excited about the collection as I am. Let me just go back to sharing. Okay. So, and the one thing too, one I want to ask is if you would put any comments or any questions over in the chat box or any takeaways even from today's experience. And, I wanted to share this with you because Carol is a former Twinkle Space yoga teacher and a friend, and she's in the coterie, and she came up with this tagline of style your tranquility every day, right? Kind of based on tranquility du jour. And I love this idea of, okay, how do you do it, right? How can you infuse daily dress up with tranquility? So by dressing with less, focusing on the essentials, making daily dress up a ritual. Like, how could you even turn your closet into a little mini boutique, right? It's like whatever it is, it just helps you feel good as you're getting ready in the morning because it makes a difference as to how you show up into the world. Playing with accessories and infusing your style, your personal way of doing things into all you do. That's the idea behind style your tranquility every day. Now, I did want to say we have a few colors left. I mean, I think we have like 2 yards of ballet, right? So there's not much at all there. But au naturel, we've got a bit of sky. We have a bit of, we're really low on rose and peach. So anyway, I just wanted to mention those of you who are like, oh my gosh, I need color. I need that long wrap skirt in color. Put in your purchasing history, in your order in the notes section, please make this piece, whatever piece it is, in orchid or whatever it might be. And just know that that is possible while we have these little bits of yardage left. And again, this is all, some of you have been around for quite a few years, so you've seen all these colors. And these are just ones that we have like a bit of yardage left, anywhere from, I think, 2 to like 10 or 15 yards. So there's heather, which is a beautiful heather gray. Now these are all the 95.5 bamboo, which is pretty much everything that you saw on today, pretty much. And then you'll see au naturel fleece at the bottom left. Now that is great for, say, the crop sweatshirt, because that you definitely want in fleece. The fleece is just so yummy, so yummy. And I have to say the au naturel fleece is even just a little yummier because it's not dyed. It's feels so good on your skin. So anyway, just wanted to mention these. Okay, and then let's see, is this it? I think this is it. And I forgot to add the last bullet. Anyway, so if you would, again, just head on over into the chat box, share any takeaways from today's experience. I hope this has been fun for you. I hope it's been enlightening to hear how fashion and mood are related, ways to create your own capsule wardrobe, how to dress it up, dress it down, etc. Really, it comes so much down to the footwear, the accessories, and the layers. Reminder, save 20% through Monday with code Balletcore Love. To be nice to my local seamstress, I like to ask that after a sale, such as this one and the launch of this new collection, that to please allow 3 weeks. Everything is custom made. When you order it, it's not like Amazon where it just ships right out. You know, she has to pull the fabric. She has to cut the fabric. She has to sew the fabric. She has to ship the fabric. That is now your new garment. So please know that that is what we're asking, just to make sure that you get your needs met. I also just want to point out India in this photo. So she is not wearing the bamboo underlay underneath her tutu. And you'll see she's wearing the bodysuit because you can see the piece under it. And I just think it's so stunning. I love, 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 love that. But it does come with a bamboo underlay. A reminder that I'll be around on the website to chat afterwards. That is not here on Zoom. You will go to the website, KimberlyWilson.com, and you'll see a little icon in the lower right. And if you have any style-related questions, I am happy to answer them. And then finally, virtual retreat in 2 weeks. So if you would like to do some spring cleaning of body and mind, please join me for this event. It's a really sweet event, and I do them seasonally. And this may be the last spring one, so I'm kind of shaking things up in the next year. So if you would like to join and you really are ready to kind of get rid of the winter doldrums and make space for what's new, please join us. And there's information on it in your workbook, the very last page, or just go to KimberlyWilson.com/virtual retreat. And of course, my coterie loves, this is included, so I will see you there. All right, so I'm going to stop the share. So I think that was it. And I'm going to head on over into the chat box and just see what questions, if any, that you all may have that I can answer for you, or any thoughts I would love, love, love to know. Oh, look, Renee, thank you. You're so good. The tutu is now 5 layers. I couldn't remember. Thank you. Okay. Oh my gosh. I'm so glad. Thank you for contributing here, Renee, so that you can correct my fallacies. All right. I can't remember what Kimberly said, how long our discount code is good for. Yes, it's good for 48 hours. Crop shirt is 4 inches shorter. Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, so we took 4 inches off. Those of you who maybe had the sweatshirt before, just so you know, we cropped it 4 inches and then tapered it in a little bit. It's really lovely. Thank you, Darka, for answering Ellen's question. Renee, 5 layers. Beautiful. Did you say the pieces are already up on the site? Yes. I'm not finding the long wrap skirt. Well, let me look into that because it was done. So let me see. But yeah, and I can't remember what it's called. See, I've got a little list over here. I should show because I want to show you guys. This is kind of funny. My this is what I have worked off of for. Look, this is my work. Okay, because this is what I sent over to India to let her know what was in her box when we shipped this whole collection to Paris. And then, you know, everything that's underlined and everything. And the long wrap skirt is called Aurora. But I do not have a star by it. So maybe I didn't publish it. Anyway, these are my little, so now you know the secrets behind all of the, all the systems that I do over there. So I will get that up, Allison. let's see, when I type Balletcore, see 11 of the 12, but not the, okay, I will get that fixed. Thank you, Allison, for the heads up. Love the crop sweatshirt and short wrap. Yay. I thought I saw a preview of a long sleeve, longest dress. Was that really 2 pieces? Yes, yes, it was 2 pieces. Yeah. So, and if you look at the photos, you'll see, let's see, of a long sleeve, tightly fitted, longest dress. I'm not sure, Paula, but yeah, the tulle stuff, most things are under it, meaning there's underlays that are worn, right? So we wore pants or other sorts of things. And yeah, so, but I'm not sure. Oh, you know what I think you're thinking of? I know what you're thinking of. You're thinking of the 2-in-1 bodysuit, the long sleeve, and the long wrap skirt. That's what it is. That's what you saw. Yes. I was like, I know there's an answer here. Yeah. Yeah. And it looks like a dress, right? It's so beautiful. And she's like doing her thing in it. I really wanted to be able to do that for you guys, but I knew it would not be quite so pretty. So I was like, India. Okay, so let's see. Make room for a closet clear out to make room for some of the pieces. I'm so glad, Miss Melanie. Let me know if you have any questions. Love my standard pieces, but see a few I must have. Good reminder, I don't need so much in my closet. Yes. Whenever I wear my TDJ to work, I feel amazing. Fabric is so soft and the fit is so good. I know I feel tranquil, but kind of powerful. I like that. I like that. And Shelley, I really have wanted to simplify my wardrobe. This has given me the perfect inspiration to do so. I'm headed to my closet to purge now. Shelley, please share photos. I want to see. I'm so glad that has inspired. Yay. Well, thank you all so much for being here. If I missed anything in the chat, I'll go back through it and reach out to you individually. But I will say, thank you. And I hope you love the collection as much as Renee and I loved pulling it together for you. And Renee, thank you for being here and answering questions. It's such a delight. And I am going to sign off. I will send everybody the replay. And if you have any specific questions about your orders, please head over to KimberlyWilson.com and the lower right corner is a little chat icon. And I will be there to answer questions. And Allison, I'm going to see what I can do to make sure that long wrap skirt is up for you. All right, you guys. So let me see. Let me unpin myself so that I can see you all. All right. Thank you. Okay, yes. So if you would unmute yourselves, and if you want to turn on your camera, I would love to see you just so that we can say goodbye. And I wish you an amazing Saturday.